Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing with Mad About Mini Paper Plaids and 3 pages, 3 prompts. And I have this little picture of this sweetheart who's making faces at me and drinking her apple juice. And so the prompts for 3 pages, 3 prompts was 4 6x6 pieces of paper, which works great for Mad About Mini Paper Pads. You also needed to use arrows and the title, The Little Things. So when I was preparing for this, I had to think about what kind of picture I could use for the little things. So yeah. So the first 2 pieces of paper I'm using to mat my photo, and these all came from Amy Tangerine Cut and Paste. I think all of 3 of the 4 at least did. This one that I'm using now, I think came from that, but I'm not positive. So, and then that stays 6x6, and oh, so cute. Getting all those colors in there. And then the speech bubble, I'm going to cut in half, and I'm going to do totally vertical layout this time around, which, oh, I love vertical layouts. So on it goes, there we go. And then this is not quite making the edge, so I'm like, this is probably not quite 12, and it's not quite 12, but I think some of these 6x6s weren't quite, one of them wasn't quite 6 because it doesn't quite match up, and with those 2 it should, if you're mathing right, but that's okay. So I'm going to do the top and bottom. And then to make up that little difference of the little tiny bit of black you'd see, I put a little bit more of that pink in because, oh, so cute. And this is a little longer than the 6x6 the way that I'm cutting it. So it must be just a touch different. I'm going to add a little bit of washi so I can cut those 2 tiny strips, because otherwise I was having trouble. Or I would have trouble. And then to get this on, that speech bubble paper actually has lines in it. So I'm just going to use the lines to line it up, and that makes it super easy and on and done and not a big deal. This I'm going to get smarter and cut it off to the 6. And then on with my head in the way to get it lined up. And then that one is on. Oh, so cute. And then, so I did pull out this gray arrow that says best thing since sliced bread. It could be that kiddo. It could be her apple juice. It could be the funny face she's making. I don't know. I just thought it was cute, and the gray works for the color scheme, and it's an arrow. And then I'm using a whole bunch of these cork ones because I found a few arrows, which is amazing because I could not find arrows a little while ago when I was doing a layout, so I have some arrows. Not a lot. Then I pulled out this alpha that is super old. It's probably, it was one of the first alphas I bought, so it's probably like at least 20 years old. So yeah, it is old. And so the title, because of the 3 pages, 3 prompts, has to be The Little Things. So I'm just trying to sort out where I want these letters to go. And these colors work so well with these papers. I was like, oh, these are perfect. And then it adds a little bit more fun color to it. And yeah. So I'm not going to make you watch all of the title making. So I do pull down the little things. And then, as you're going to see in a second, I don't have enough space to do it the way it is. And could I have moved the little up a bit? And yeah, but I am totally going to move the way up. And so I'm going to show you a little bit of it, and then I'm going to just be done. Looking for my S. And so this is going to go way up here. And then I move these, which are very sticky, and rip the paper, and whatever. It is fine, it is fine, it's fine. And then little's gonna go on, and the things is already on. And so that lines up a bit better. It doesn't go to all the way to the bottom, and I am totally okay with that. I like the way it looks now, so yay. So move those chevrony arrows, and then I'm looking, oh, these hearts are cute, and they match the letters, so why not? I'm going to put that one down there. It's not going to stay there. And I'm going to put this one, and there's a bright one. This is the only bright one I have left. I don't even know what I've used them on. So I don't even remember. Maybe I should go back and look at some of my layouts. Oh well. So I did glue some of those letters on because they were old and some of the backing was coming off. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do with this. I'm going to rough up this edge because it adds a little bit of texture. I'm like, all right, maybe some more of these. The struggle is real when I'm not sure what I want to put on here. So more arrows, not going to stay there. I'm going to put a couple in here, and these ones on the right side was totally easier to do today than the left. Left, way harder. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. But way harder. And there we go. And there, and some more. I think it was the chevron bits that was throwing me, and yeah. So I'm going to add another heart to mimic the other side, and so it's literally going to mirror, and I like that more. Almost there, right there, yay. And then these I'm going to change how they go, and still not yet, but we'll get there. I thought maybe a little one of those would work, but I didn't really like the color of it, and then I didn't like that one. So looking at my enamel dots and those kind of things to see if there's another different heart I could use. And then I found some really pink enamel dots, so I'm going to use those. I'm like, what else? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle these around, and I like that. Adds a little bit more. Now I'm doing like kind of like a horizontal line across, and that's totally okay. And then these I'm going to change, yay, like that, and I like that better. And then I scoot one of those over. I'm not going to use that X, and a couple other pink dots, and that works. I'm happier with that. And so the last thing I'm going to do is some spray. So I'm going to cover up my picture, and then I'm going to use picked raspberry, warm lipstick, and peacock feathers. And just do a whole bunch of spray. And some of the peacock feathers mixes with some of the pink ones and makes a little bit of purple. And I think it looks really great. So that works out really well. And the last one. I love how they show up on black. I think that's just awesome. And here is the close-up. There are also some still shots to follow. There will be a list, old school, for the Hot from Mad About Mini paper pads. And there is also a playlist for 3 pages, 3 plumps below. And, oh, isn't she cute? Fun. And if you liked my video, I would really appreciate that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would really appreciate a subscribe. And if you comment, I will respond back to you. Thank you so much for being here today. Have yourself a wonderful